What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and it looked like Kevin Stefanski is in some serious, serious hot water after pretty much confirming Shedeur Sanders and other quarterbacks could be on the chopping block.
Browns are making their apparent quarterback news this week. I believe Kevin Stefanski said that after the preseason contest with the Browns. Boy, I wished Shedeur was healthy so we could see how he's following up. You know,
that
man,
yeah, we talked about that all last week, especially with the Miz here. Obviously, a huge Browns fan. Just a bummer that the momentum from week one got kind of derailed.
I still don't think, no matter it, Shedeur, again, that game went down just before I left for my week off. He looked really, really smooth and good.
You would think by now the Cleveland Browns would have figured out how not to fumble the only good thing that ever falls into their lap. But nope. One preseason game just flipped their entire franchise upside down. For months, Browns fans were told to relax, that the quarterback room was simple and settled. Deshaun Watson is the starter. Joe Flacco is the veteran backup. Rookies like Dylan Gabriel will sit quietly in the corner with a clipboard and Shedeur Sanders. Please, he's just a fifth-round pick with a famous last name.
I am here to tell you guys this. Word on the street is that Shedeur possibly could be getting traded. I don't know 100%. That's just what I've been hearing from behind the scenes. But you hear a lot of things, man. So much stuff goes on with this Browns organization. They just unpredictable.
The script was neat, tidy, and absolutely boring. And then Shedeur walked onto the field, laced up for his first preseason action, and torched that boring little narrative to ashes. Now, let's not sugarcoat this. Browns GM Andrew Berry is probably somewhere smirking like the guy who bought Apple stock in 1997. Remember, he took absolute heat for drafting.
And kind of get a hindsight in how he's feeling and his way of thinking about going about all this, man. Let's
for a lift and a run and really get ready for this week. We'll treat this week as a regular season schedule. We'll give the guys a normal game plan as you would, getting ready for the game on Saturday. We'll treat each day like we would. Now we will do more competitive periods than we
Shedeur. Pundits called it a PR pick. Scouts whispered he wasted a draft spot. Even inside the Browns building, the vibe was closer to an awkward staff meeting than a war room celebration. And owner Jimmy Haslam? He practically distanced himself from the pick in public, just in case it blew up. Translation: if this goes wrong, Barry, it's your funeral. But then came Shedeur's debut. 2 touchdowns, 0 picks, a passer rating north of 106, and the poise of someone who looked like he'd been playing NFL ball since the Obama administration. This wasn't your usual rookie melting under.
Now, those of you guys who thought that the Cleveland Browns was going to go into this offseason with all these quarterbacks, I'm here to tell you you're wrong. Kevin Stefanski just wrapped up an interview earlier today, kind of detailing his method and pretty much what these next couple weeks may be. Now, he stated verbatim, he can't keep everybody. Now, we know Dylan Gabriel went out there and did what he did yesterday, and to me, Shedeur Sanders looked 20 to 30 times better than
the lights. He read defenses, he hit his throws, he managed the huddle like he owned it. The kind of performance that makes a coach quietly panic because suddenly his carefully laminated depth chart doesn't look so secure anymore. Kevin Stefanski's reaction? Oh, it was a masterclass in coach speak deflection. He stood there with the straightest face and said, he did some good things, but there's plenty to clean up. Translation: please don't start a quarterback controversy in August, I beg of you. But here's the thing, when a coach avoids praising a player too much, it usually means one of 2 things. Either he truly thinks it was just a fun little preseason flash in the pan, or he knows the front office is about to kick down his door asking why the 5th-round rookie looks better than the $230 million man. And trust me, Andrew Berry was loving every second. This was his lottery ticket, his vindication. He wasn't just betting on Shedeur's arm. He saw the clean mechanics, the lack of turnovers, the maturity, and yes, the marketability. Because let's be real, in today's NFL, selling jerseys and owning social media is almost as important as throwing touchdowns. But here's where the drama gets thick: the locker room. And locker rooms never lie. You can't fake it with players. A rookie only wins people over if he actually delivers. And already, whispers were spreading. Receivers loved the way he threw the seam route. Linemen loved how quick he called protections. A tight end said he'd never seen a young guy read a blitz that fast. That's how it starts. Not in press conferences, not on highlight reels, but in quiet conversations where veterans start realizing, hold up, this kid might actually be the guy. Of course, the fan base split right down the middle. On one side, the calm down, it's just preseason crowd who treat exhibition games like glorified walkthroughs. On the other, the ride the hot hand now mob screaming that the Browns had just stumbled into a diamond and better not let it rot on the bench. And Andrew Berry? Oh, he was listening. He knew if Watson stumbled in September, the calls for Shedeur would echo louder than the dog pound itself. Fast forward to the regular season. Watson starts as expected, but week 3 against the Titans, things sputter. 3 drives, 3 punts, and then Watson takes a hit to the ribs. Enter Shedeur Sanders. First snap, shotgun, safety look-off, boom, 22 yards to Amari Cooper. Next play, roll right, laser to Njoku. He marches them to the red zone in under 2 minutes. They don't score a touchdown that drive, but who cares? The entire offense just looked more alive in 5 plays than it had in 5 quarters. That little taste? That's all it took. Suddenly, Barry orders the coaches to install a Sanders package. Nothing fancy, just plays built for his strengths. Quick reads, RPOs, deep sideline shots, rollouts. And the locker room notices. Receivers start staying after practice with him. Linemen review protections with him. Even defensive backs quietly give him tips because they want him to succeed. That's not just respect. That's belief. Then came the Ravens game, the real breaking point. Watson throws 2 first-half picks. Browns trail 17-6, and the stadium is restless. Out of halftime, Stefanski blinks and finally sends Sanders in. The roar from the crowd could have powered the scoreboard. And Shedeur responds by dropping a 34-yard dime down the sideline, then orchestrating back-to-back scoring drives that flipped the game on its head. Cleveland wins, and the rookie gets the game ball. The camera cuts to Watson clapping politely, but everyone in the room saw his eyes. He knew. This wasn't temporary anymore. From there, the tide was unstoppable. Sanders wasn't just playing well, he was elevating everyone. By December, the Browns weren't just in playoff contention, they were thriving. 5 wins in his first 6 starts. Calm 2-minute drills that looked like a video game cheat code. Even his bad games were better than what the Browns had gotten used to. And when he clinched a playoff berth in his rookie year, the city of Cleveland, a city that knows quarterback misery like no other, finally dared to believe again.